Hey everybody, Joy here. I don't even know what day it is. I think it's a Tuesday, and I think it's November 24, 2020. I'm pretty sure that's right. And I'm standing right in front of what I'm here to show you. I've been kind of dragging since our hotel event in Oklahoma City, and I'm still trying to catch up on my sleep, I guess. My goodness, I've been sleeping really good though, so that part of it's good. But I brought this roly-poly over here to get all of these white fluffy things off of my shirt. My room is just covered with thread. Little bits of thread and little bits of batting. This is batting you're seeing on me because I finished this quilt yesterday. And so when I was binding it all around the edges, I went through with these little snips and snipped off all the places where the batting was sticking out a little bit, and the edges of the binding had started to ravel because it had been cut so long ago and was just sitting on the floor with the quilt. So I had to cut off all those little threads, so they're just fuzz and threads everywhere. But yes, you may remember my Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas quilt. I did this, I don't know, 6 months ago. I lose track of time, as you guys know. And I was real unhappy with it because I pre-washed the panel. This is a panel, and I don't know where I got it, but you know, you can always do a search for Christmas panels or Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas panel, and maybe you'll find it, but maybe not, because I know the panels don't stay around forever. But I was real upset with it because when I pre-washed it, the black faded. The black faded a lot. I was very unhappy about that. And as I was sewing it, and if you were standing here next to me, you would see, every place the needle went in, I was using black thread, but every place the needle went in, it left little white dots. So I wasn't happy about that. But overall, from the back of a running horse, or from the top of a mountain, it looks pretty. And it's Christmassy. And I've been so blue over these sad holidays. It's just hard. It's hard when you don't see anybody in your family. And it's not because of COVID. It's just because of the family issues we have going on. And years ago, back when I used to work for an oil company. And my boss's name, I had two bosses. One's name was Clark and one's name was Buddy. And Buddy was about 20 years older than Clark. Clark was probably 30-something then, I was 20-something. And Buddy was 50-something. Because I remember he was like 55, and he married his hairdresser, and the hairdresser was like 20 years younger than he was. And I used to think, oh my God, he's so ancient, how on earth? Here I am 70 now, dear God. I'm thinking, well, 50 wasn't that old at all, was it? But why'd you bring that up for, Joy? That doesn't make any sense. Well, kind of why I'm blue. I'm trying to tell you why I'm kind of blue. Back in those days, our girls were little. They were growing up. Jerry had a daughter, I had a daughter, and they were together a lot. And of course, they're friends. And my sisters were close by, and my brother and my mom and my dad. And we used to have huge Thanksgiving and Christmas celebrations. And I always would bake. I would start baking, goodness, way before Thanksgiving, weeks before Thanksgiving, because I made these great big huge baskets. I would get huge baskets with handles on them, and I would fill them full of baked goods, and I would individually wrap, like each lemon bar, each caramel bar, each pecan bar, each whatever kind of stuff I made, the divinity. I would wrap it all up and put it in the basket. And then I would, and I would put these pretty claws in the basket and cut them with pinking shears. I'm not real sure how I did it now, but I know I went to a lot of trouble. And then I would fill the basket with these wrapped things that I made at home and put a big bow on the basket. And I would take a great big basket. I mean, I'm talking big basket. And I would take one to each of my bosses every year at Christmas time. And so this time of year, I would be baking every single day. I would go to work, come home from work, and bake something. Next day, go to work, come home from work, and bake something. I just baked and baked and baked and baked. And back then, I was skinnier, and I didn't eat much of it, but I could eat some of it and not gain 10 pounds. And now I can't look at it and not gain weight. So, I quit baking years ago when I started having issues with gaining weight. So, I don't do that anymore. I make a pumpkin pie once in a while, but that's about it for baking. But anyway, because I'm not talking to anybody about the holidays, not making arrangements to see anybody on the holidays, not baking, not doing anything special, it makes me really sad, because I like to do things for people. I like to have a project. I like to have something to look forward to, something to get ready for, and be bustling all around, you know, changing the sheets and cleaning the house really good and baking and setting tables. I used to set the table like a week ahead of time and cover it with sheets. But anyhow, other than that, I decided to keep my quilt for Have a Merry Little Christmas. I thought, well, maybe that'll cheer me up a little bit. I don't know. You want me to get out of the way so you can see it? There she is. My tables are still in front of it. But, yeah. Have yourself a happy Thanksgiving first, huh? Happy Thanksgiving's what, 2 days away? Wow. Okay, and it's not that I'm not thankful. I'm very, very thankful. Obviously, I have everything in the world anybody could want insofar as things. But you know what? Things can never take the place of someone loving you. Can never take the place. Okay, what am I up to? I just watched I don't know what I started out watching. Oh, I started out watching Tomcat Stitchery. And you know how when you're watching a YouTube video, other things will just pop up? And she was showing all the garments she made for her daughter for school. And when that one was over, another one came up. And I have been watching this lady named Terry, I think her name's Terry Hatcher. It's a T and H. I'm not sure, I probably got that wrong, but I was watching her the other night teaching how to eat in a restaurant and how to behave in a restaurant, because the younger generation in this world, like one of the ladies that I watched said, all they know is the F word, and they don't know how to be ladies anymore. And so, and she is actually the mother of that guy that takes the people and changes their hair and changes their faces, that Christopher or whatever his name is. She's his mother, and she's the one that said that. And so, because of me watching that, these other things pop up about stuff like that, okay? Does that make sense? So anyway, one popped up today, and its name is, I'll put a picture of it here. I think it's called Style Hard or Hard Style or something. I'll put a picture right here. Okay, so that's the one that came up this morning. So, the subject under it was, what is the fashion trend for winter 2021? And I thought, oh, I'll watch that for a while. And of course you can tell the girl, you know, she's way, way younger and super beautiful. Probably a model herself, I don't know. But anyway, I figured a trend's a trend, and it can be for old people and young people, right? So, what she said was, the #1 most current, most popular, most fashionable, most whatever for 2021 winter is, hey, capes. Capes. Oh my gosh, how many Peggy Sager's lives have we watched where she's doing capes? It's just cape after cape after cape. I'm like, what's with all these capes? Good gravy. Well, evidently it's even bigger than it was before, and so everybody's wearing these capes. So I thought, I'm going to go back and watch some of those Peggy series things. and see, because a lot of times she would just take a square of material and cut a hole for your head and stick it on. And so I thought, I'm going to go back and look at some of those. So I looked at 2 of those, and I took pictures of that. You want me to show you those? Right here, I'll show you the 2 pictures from Peggy Sagers of how she made capes. Right here. Okay, so the pattern that she used for the cowl neck cape, that is one that drove me crazy. And I ended up wadding it up and throwing it away because I had so much trouble with it. But I just happened to have this pattern on my table that came with that button organizer from Nancy Hurt. She had some stuff wrapped up in this t-shirt pattern. And you can see here how far back I have cut this shoulder? I mean, the shoulder isn't even here anymore. And this is a 7, 8, 10. Who ever heard of a size 7? I kid you not. 7, 8, 10. This says it's for girls, so this must be for little girls because I never heard of a size 7 for a grown-up. But anyway, I cut, and why are the shoulders so wide? My gosh, I must have cut at least ½ an inch off over here. So, I've got the armhole cut back for my narrow shoulders, and since I don't have Peggy's cowl neck pattern anymore, I'm going to use this little pattern and see if I can make a cape out of it, like Peggy showed on one of her videos. So that's my project for today. I thought maybe I'll get in style a little bit and make myself a cape. So other than that, I have every single solitary piece of my new fabric is wrapped around its board and put away. So I'm all caught up with that, and I am telling myself, no, 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 no. I have put all of the emails that come from Fabric Mart or fabric.com or fabric.anywhere, and I've made them go to spam. So I cannot be tempted to buy any more material. I just can't. I want to start sewing, 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 and I don't want to have to wash and wrap any more fabric for a while. Quilts, I want to finish my butterfly quilt. A lot of you are new and you don't know about the quilts that I work on, but years ago I started a butterfly quilt, applique butterflies, and I've had it laying out in that extra bedroom for a long time. And so I thought I will make one block, and I thought I won't push myself. I'll just like give myself a rule, an order, an instruction that I have to make at least one butterfly block a week. If I had done that, that thing would have been done 2 years ago. But to make the butterfly blocks, I'm making them with batiks, and I end up with just mountains of fabric everywhere. Just mountains of fabric, pulling out this for a wing, and this for a head, and this for a feeler, and this for the wing, and this for that, and, you know, and there's just fabric all over the place. And then you cut little tiny pieces for the butterfly, and it really makes a mess. So I want to get my table. I'm going to do the cape first since it's going to be winter, and I want to be in style, you know, when I actually go to town to get a hamburger. That's the only place we go. There is another trend. Speaking of quilting and butterflies, I was watching the same lady, the same beautiful lady. I don't know what her name is yet, but she's from that Style Hard or Hard Style, whatever it was. And one of the other trends, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked when I saw this. For 2021, another trend is patchwork. Patchwork clothing. I mean, it's like you're wearing somebody's quilt. It's just unbelievable. I was shocked. Let me show you. I'm going to put pictures right here. There's a dress and there's a pair of jeans. I'm going to put them right here. Yeah, what do you think about that? I just cannot stand the jeans that have all those cuts and holes in them. Right now, so many of them have the knees the knees completely ripped out and their knees showing. I think they just look like rags. I'm sorry, I don't care if it's the style. I don't care if Melania wears them, and I bet she doesn't. I don't care if Queen of England wears them. I think they look like rags. And I'm so glad that possibly that trend is going away. But I don't know if this one is a whole lot better. What do you think? I thought, my God, that looks like clown jeans. Not even like clowns. Like, I don't want to say that. Like bums, like hobos with patches everywhere. I mean, I certainly could do it. I've certainly got the equipment and the fabric to do it. But oh my gosh, I just don't know about that trend. I can't imagine it lasting very long. Tell me what you think about the hobo trend, you guys. I'm not kidding you. We have a restaurant in a town by us, and it's called Hobo Joe's, and that's what the guy has on the sign in the picture, is patches sewn on. So, tell me what you think. All right, gonna let you go for now, but I'll be back soon. Bye.